Welcome back to my channel. I'm James. Today we're going to be reviewing and deep diving into The Italian Job from 2003. This is the action-adventure film with some comedy mixed in with Mark Wahlberg and a massive supporting cast that really makes this a fun ensemble action-adventure that I've always really enjoyed. And it is one of those remakes of the original Italian Job that actually is a really good and fun remake. And that's hard to say that a lot of remakes always don't turn out as good as The Italian Job did. And I always felt like as a film, this deserved a sequel because it had a lot of things going for it. It was a very enjoyable film that I've watched numerous times over the years and I go back to over and over again because there's not really anything in it that's clunky or oddly paced. It's just fun and it's a slick ride. Now to start off with, I'm going to show you the original 2006 Blu Ray release up above. These are always the native images pulled directly from the Blu Ray disc and the 4K disc when I get to that here in a second. But it's important that I start off with the Blu Ray here because there's several things that are important to understand before we even get into the comparison of the 4K. On the original Blu Ray release, it was a very, very poor and bad transfer. There was numerous problems that plagued that release and have been on that in the US since it was originally released. It's had dozens of covers, but it's always been that same poor Blu Ray transfer in the US that was released originally back in 2006. On that Blu Ray release, it had edge enhancement, it had some DNR, it had horrible artificial sharpening and very unnatural gray skin tones throughout it. Color fluctuations were bad on it, and the overall transfer on it was just altogether horrible. Now I will say originally this was one of Paramount's first endeavors in the early stages of the Blu Ray release cycle. They never went back and touched on it again in the US since that original release. Even though they did release it with numerous different covers, it was always that same poor Blu Ray transfer. Now I have some good news for you. In comparison to this new 4K release, Paramount did go back and did a 4K scan of the original 35mm camera negatives. Now there is some unique things about how this film was actually filmed that I'll get to here in a minute, which will explain what you're going to see when you're watching this film. But because they actually went and scanned the original negatives, that makes a big difference in what you see when you're watching this detail-wise, especially on their faces, clothing, and hair. There's much more detail present on this without any of that edge enhancement that was present on the previous Blu Ray release. I can also tell you happily there is no DNR present on this 4K either. Now, if you decide you're going to buy this on 4K Ultra HD after you get done watching this review, make sure to go down to those links I've posted in the description section and as a pinned comment in the comment section below. Those links down there take you straight out to Amazon, and that's never at any extra cost to you when you click on those links down there. But those do help to support the creation of videos just like this, just a tiny bit. So those links are very important if you decide you're going to buy this. Make sure to click on those links down there below. Now, talking about how this film was originally filmed so you understand what you're going to see when you're watching this on 4K. Like I said, they scanned the original 35mm film elements, but there was numerous scenes throughout this that were finished at 2K and then put on to the finished film stock. So what that means is you will see varying levels of details based on whether it was a scene that was done as a 2K DI, for example, and then put onto the 35mm film. So when they go back and scan the original 35mm film elements, those original elements that actually in that film stock were originally 2K, there's only so much detail that's existing in that original film element. So you will notice there are some shots, special effects shots, that you'll notice get slightly softer. It's not lacking the film grain, which I'll get to that here in a second, but it's just the fact of that that's the original source material that was done when they put it onto film, when they finished it. That's what they're going back and scanning. That's never going to change. That's not something wrong that Paramount's done wrong. This is the most detail and most depth that's present in the image that is present on this 4K. Now, I have seen a lot of misreported things about this 4K release because, as I've said, a lot of people don't understand the original film elements or what was intentional. There is film grain present on this. It is light, it is filmic, and it is very stable throughout the entire runtime. There is no scenes at any time throughout this entire thing that are lacking the original film grain that would have been present from when they filmed this back in 2003 that was on the original 35mm film stock that this was finished at. That is present filmically throughout it. and you do not have any of it missing at all. There's no DNR, nothing taken out like the program Neat to reduce the film grain. It is just because of the way this was filmed on the original 35mm Kodak Vision 2383 film stock that makes a difference to what you're seeing, and that is the way it's intentionally supposed to look. That is not something wrong. That is the way it was originally displayed in theaters, and the original way the film stock from 2003, that Kodak Vision, was intentionally supposed to look. Film grain is identical to what it's supposed to look like. There's no fluctuations or issues with it, and it's stable throughout it, but it is light due to the way they intentionally finished this film. That is the way it should look, and that is the way you will see it on this 4K Ultra HD release. Now, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to go down there, give this video a like and a thumbs up for me, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. Just like with this exclusive comparison review that you're watching above, you never want to miss out on any of this early or exclusive content that you're only ever going to find to watch here on my YouTube channel. So make sure to go down there, give this video a like and a thumbs up for me, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. Now, like I was saying, for this native 4K 2160p, it also gets Dolby Vision and HDR10. And I can tell you between both of them, they were both very nice presentations. I can tell you it had brilliant whites and inky blacks with no black crush present throughout it at all. There was no scenes that were over darkened either. I've seen a lot of that misreported. A lot of people just really don't know what they're doing, it seems like. But there was no over darkening of it. It's very filmic and stable throughout. You can see everything clearly. No black crush was present. And if you've watched this film originally in theaters or seen the previous very poor Blu-ray release, it really is a surprising revelation how good this looks. And they really didn't have to do too much, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm really giving Paramount a 1-up here because Paramount really didn't have to do much other than do a nice scan and release it on 4K, because that Blu-ray release was so overall horrible and poor that it is nice they released this in a nice set, but it would have been a nice upgrade anyways, even if they would have just done a nice scan, because that Blu-ray release was just horrible. When you watch it, you'll notice those appreciable increases in detail and depth in that image. And like I said, the HDR10 and Dolby Vision really enhanced this, where a lot of the colors of the Mini Coopers and a lot of the scenes that they go to, the HDR adds a lot of life to that picture and gets rid of those horrible gray skin tones that were present on that old Blu-ray release. They are completely gone on this. You don't have any issues with those gray and nasty looking skin tones that were present. They are gone. Everybody has healthy, natural looking skin tones the way they intentionally should have looked, but that Blu-ray got completely wrong. So it is a nice way to watch it for the first time on home video compared to the bad Blu-ray release. Now you also get, for the first time in the US, an English DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 lossless mix. Now, there was in other territories and other countries a Blu-ray that was released that had a lossless on it, but in the US we never got that. This is the first time on this 4K Ultra HD disc only in the US that we get the lossless mix. And I can tell you, compared to the previous Blu-ray release, the audio mix on this is much better. And it is a very nice improvement over the previous US Blu-ray release, because we did not get a lossless mix at all in the US on any Blu-ray release in the US. This is the first time they've included that. So it is a nice upgrade for the audio mix as well. It has some nice LFE, very good range, that it sounds really good, especially when they're revving the little engines of the Mini Coopers and you can hear them popping and things like that. They just sound very nice. That was missing from the previous Blu-ray release. That was a nice improvement as well. Now, showing you what you get in this real quick, you do get this nice shiny slipcover. I like that Paramount does these in the first pressings. It says on the side, the Italian job. On the back here, it talks about it. It does have all the special features from the original Blu-ray release, because the Blu-ray that's in this that I'm going to show you is that original 2006 Blu-ray release that was horrible. So you don't get a new Blu-ray disc in this. It is that original Blu-ray with all the special features included. The 4K is what you're buying this set for. Now, you do get a digital movie code that is for a 4K version of the movie minus all the special features. Now, when you get inside here, this is your previous 2006 horrible Blu-ray transfer. This is your new 4K disc. This is what you're going to be watching. You will never put this in except to watch the special features. That would be the only thing you're ever going to use this disc for, other than maybe a cup holder if you don't even care about that. But this is where your transfer is at, and this is where the massive upgrade is in visual quality, and the audio quality was a nice improvement as well. Now, I did dive into this and do the rough average bitrate that I know a lot of you request from me. For this, it did have a very healthy rough average bitrate of 70 megabits per second for the 4K Ultra HD disc. Now, the 4K Ultra HD disc in this is region free as well, so no matter where you live worldwide, that link I've posted down below in the description section and as a pinned comment ships anywhere worldwide for this exact set. So you don't have to worry about any playback issues because the disc is region free. Now, I can tell you for the bitrate there was a few dips, but otherwise it was a very healthy rate throughout it, and it was very nice looking. The depth and detail, like I said, was so improved over that previous Blu-ray that I will share something surprising. Every single issue I had with the previous Blu-ray release is gone, fixed, and completely rectified on this new 4K Ultra HD release. Now, getting to my review score, for the Italian Job from 2003 on 4K Ultra HD, this gets an excellent 9.2. This is a must buy that you're going to want to buy and add to your collection. Don't miss out on supporting this release. Paramount did a great job with this. I liked how they retained everything the way it looked originally in theaters, and the film grain being very light and filmic throughout it without them DNRing it away or getting rid of it. What a good job Paramount did with this. It really surprised me for a catalog release. Now, I really always enjoyed this film, like I said at the beginning of the review. I really think it's a fun action adventure. I think there's so many good actors in this. Edward Norton, I won't give it away if you haven't seen it yet, but I really like his character in it even. But Mark Wahlberg does a great job in this. I've always liked Mark Wahlberg, but I really thought he fit this role well. Seth Green adds the comedic elements, which I like him in it. He's always got that like lighthearted comedicness in it. And so it's one of those films I really had always hoped they were going to make a sequel to, because it really built a nice little world, kind of like Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, all of those films. This fits into that kind of genre and world for me that I've always really enjoyed. And this is the best way to view this film ever on home video, and is a great job by Paramount. You don't want to miss out on owning this release and supporting this. Now keep in mind, you'll never watch that Blu-ray that's in here, but the 4K is where it's at. And compared to that previous horrible Blu-ray release, as you've noticed above in those screenshots, it really is a great job by Paramount Studios, and is one of those that I'm very happy to recommend that you buy and add to your collection, that you'll enjoy watching it over and over again. And this is one of those that as the years go by, you'll go back and watch when you want to have a fun Saturday afternoon to watch a fun escapism flick. This is one that'll give you a lot of entertainment and miles for the value out of it. Now, if you decide you're going to buy this or add this to your collection, make sure to use those links I've posted in the description section and as a pinned comment in the comment section below. Remember, I can only do this with all of you, my viewers and subscribers support. So if you want to buy this and add this to your collection, make sure to use those links I've posted down below. As always, if you appreciate and enjoy all the time and hard work I put into every single one of these reviews, make sure to join my Collector's VIP Club. It costs you less than a couple of bucks every month, so basically probably the coins you can find in your car seat. You can support the creation of videos just like this. It's something I exclusively do, going in and pulling all the data off of every one of these discs to do all these comparison reviews, to give you all the testing data and let you know the actual quality of these and what you see. That's what I provide above in these exclusive comparison reviews. So if you enjoy this and you watch these videos regularly here on my channel, make sure to join my Collector's VIP Club. I just want to say thank you to all my Collector's VIP Club members. You truly do mean the world to this YouTube channel. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to give this video a like and a thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. As always, I truly hope all of you have a blessed day. And I've always got something new, early, exclusive, and exciting coming out very soon.